you're all so pretty anyway.
Stop it,
No, we should all just have our mouths hanging open and just be like, what?
And then hopefully that's the cap that they picked on YouTube.
Yes, that would be awesome. I hardly ever get picked.
We're all super classy, so, I mean, really any of us could be the screen cap.
Truly. All right. Well, wait, I'm the person talking?
You are, yes.
Surprise!
You're a podcast woman. You should be good at this.
You would think. Have you ever listened
I
to the
am on a
podcast?
podcast, and I
Once or
am bad at
twice.
this.
All right, here we are. We're
Welcome.
Pancake Sex Book Club. I actually picked the book, which I think is why I'm being put on the spot to do hosting duties. So that's cool. I'm Amelia. Someone else introduce himself.
I'm Melissa.
Oh, go at the
Everybody
same
introduce
time.
themselves. Okay, how about I'll do it. Ned, wave.
Hi.
Melissa, now you wave. That's Melissa. Isabel, you wave now.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
Middle
I
finger
had to do
salute.
it. No one else did it.
Oh.
I
We're
was
trying to be
waiting.
classy, Isabel. We're trying to be
Hold on.
classy. God.
I am in my tennis dress today. I'm classy as fuck. I did my makeup. We went out to dinner. I had a beer. I'm in a good mood now. So there you go.
What's not classy about beer?
Nothing.
Hold on, guys. Okay. Sorry, I had to fix my sound. Okay, I was hearing this twice, and it was very confusing. Okay.
You're welcome. It's
Thank
twice
you.
as nice.
It is
Is there a link I can tweet for this?
No.
It should have came on the Blank Showcast Twitter.
Okay.
So let's all
for you. How
retweet
about
that
that?
right now and have some awkward silence instead.
Cool.
Hey,
yeah,
I had
that's
to
good.
leave during one of my things to go open a gate so we could mow the backyard. That was fun. I just left the other person.
I should have mowed today,
Wow.
but I didn't.
Awesome.
No, maybe it didn't tweet it.
I don't see
Mowing.
it.
Let
I don't
me-
see it either.
Didn't go up?
No, hold on.
And I just closed the page because it was talking at me twice, and it was confusing.
It's okay. It's okay. I got this. I got this.
Oh,
She's
no.
got it. She's
I'm
on
gonna burp too in a minute. I'm trying to hold it in.
Just do it. Just let it out.
Have you even started drinking yet?
I had a huge beer at the German restaurant.
Okay,
Beer.
I've got it. Oh, wait, come back.
Ew.
Okay, I got it. Hold on.
I have the link here, but I
I
can't
hope you
get it
guys
to...
tweet at the same time.
Ugh. It's being stupid.
All right. I tweeted it. One hand typing. Done.
Thank you. You're awesome.
I just said, come join us.
And retweeting that
For
with
nothing.
no explanation.
No context.
That's right.
That's how
You
we
don't know
roll.
what it's for. It'll be an adventure when you get here.
At
Look.
least you spelled cum that way. I mean, it could have been. Could have been something else
Damn
entirely.
it. Damn it. Why did I do that?
You're too classy.
Yeah, too classy. Pinky up while I drink my soda.
That's right.
Soda? How adult and
What's that?
mild of you.
I didn't have time to get a drink. I ran in the door, peed, and then sat down. I was like, let's go. I am late.
Okay,
So,
so
Amelia, tell us about this book you picked.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it.
You're just like, fuck this book. Tell us about it.
I thought it was good. Whatever, guys.
I enjoyed it.
I picked it because I encountered it. I joined an online critique group for my own writing stuff, and it was one of the other members in the group. It's his published work, so I thought it sounded interesting. The way it was described was X-Men versus Nazis, and I was down for that, although that's not exactly how it is. It's more like
Right.
Nazi X-Men versus wizards, which is
Yeah.
also okay to me.
Yes.
Also okay,
Also good.
right?
Yeah.
The
I
wizards
know.
threw me off a little bit. I was like, what the hell? This is just not realistic at all, you guys.
It was unexpected.
Superpower.
I will
I like
say it was
that,
unexpected.
Yeah.
I like that running around with batteries in a battlefield did not phase them at all. But wizard
No,
guy.
it's totally
Fucking
legit.
magic.
Talk magic, man. Science and technology.
Okay, I'm trying to pull up the document. Do you have it in this email, Isabel?
In the Google Doc, I have it. I have it pulled up. I can do the questions if you want.
Yeah, please do
Stop
that.
doing things in the doc, Isabel.
No.
Whoa, don't mess with the copy editor, guys. Don't do it.
Oh my god, you're killing me right now, Isabel. Type away
Anyway,
the
so
document.
I thought it would be kind of cool, but it turned out to be kind of depressing.
Yeah.
It was
I
kind
didn't
of
screen
sad.
capped all that, and I'm tweeting it out later, Isabel. It's happening.
Good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck. All right. We should probably give opinions.
Tears. We have tears.
I make up on it's the worst. Oh, God.
Grammar torture.
Mascara, baby.
It's waterproof, thank God.
You're in the South. Of course it's waterproof.
True.
We don't sweat in the South. We glisten. You know. You know how the roll works.
Not in the Southwest. You just sweat out here, guys. Just sweat.
Sweating is gross. Let's not talk about it.
So gross.
All right, Amelia, you liked the book. Mel, what do you think?
I liked the book. It was kind of, a nice change of pace from the usual reads that we've been doing. Something fresh.
Mhm.
I did miss sex in the book.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Well,
And
Oh,
the remotely
yeah.
sexual thing was actually just horrifying.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Oh,
Dead
God.
body sex. Like,
I
oh,
know.
no. I did not see that coming. I was like, what the fuck?
Ugh.
Yeah, I had the
Yeah.
same
I have a question
question.
about that, so we're good.
I don't know. It's really something I wouldn't normally probably read because, it's kind of like a weird historical alternate reality thing. And I don't really read books that are like any earlier than present time. It's like present to future, like fantasy and stuff. It's not really my thing. But the World War II is kind of like cool. I originally started listening to the audiobook, and oh my god, Isabel's face is just like huge on my screen, and she's like staring at me.
Hold on.
Sorry. Okay, refresh. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I started listening to the audiobook, and for the first 4 chapters, I had no idea what was going on. Like, between the German names and the accents
And
and
the fucking ravens.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
I don't get it. And so I actually ended up downloading the book and reading it. And when I was reading it, I'm like, oh, this makes so much more sense. Just because too many of the names were like, I couldn't like place a name with a character at all. I just didn't know who was doing what. So once I was reading it, aside from the weird like little raven thing, it was really good. I was definitely interested to see what was going to happen with Gretel, which again was like a frustrating thing through the whole novel. It's like, more Gretel. What's Gretel doing?
Mhm.
What's her thought process? And it's like, we don't know. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was good. I enjoyed
Whatever
it.
got set up didn't get knocked down either. So I'm like,
Yeah.
because it's the first of a trilogy.
Right.
Everything's a trilogy now. It's the worst syndrome ever.
I know. I just want to read a book and have the story be over when I'm done reading it.
A one
Yeah.
shot? Yeah.
All right, Ness, what'd you think?
I mean, I liked it. I liked that the female characters in it weren't concerned with how pretty they were all the time,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
unlike the other ladies in our previous books. So that was kind of nice. I mean, it was a good book. I'd give it a B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I'm mixed. I had the Gretel issue was a big thing for me because I kept wanting more, and then just getting really pissed off, and then I got like the magic thing threw me off too. I was like, what the fuck? And then it was magic, and I was like, oh, okay, it's X-Men versus magic, all right. And then I got into it, and then I got pissed off again at the plot because it was a lot of that like up down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I thought
Definitely-
some of the character point of views were frustrating because it's like, it had the brother and then it had the 2 not Nazi guys, like British
Mhm.
guys.
British guys.
And I was like, why can't we have like a take from Gretel, Like,
Mhm.
I guess that would reveal too much.
Yeah, I
or
was going to say it
something,
would give
but-
away everything if we had her point of view.
yeah,
But I thought it was
also-
really interesting how the brother really didn't know what was going on either. So
Yeah, I do think. Old history's not my normal like thing. I've read some steampunk novels that were good, and But they weren't really old history. They were just, in their own world. To me, more so than this. Whereas this, I was like, oh, this is World War II. I know how this works.
Mm-hmm.
I know this
Or do
outcome.
you?
I know. And then I'm like, oh, I guess I don't. Should we
The
do
real
questions?
story came out.
Yeah, the real story.
I can tell you that I started reading the second book on accident, and I got a couple of chapters in before I realized it was the wrong book. So I can, do you want to know, like, a spoiler for it?
Yeah.
Off?
Yeah.
It's really, really freaky. So the girl who committed suicide, who the guy had sex with her dead body, the whole reason Gretel talked her into committing suicide was so that she could. They put the girl's brain in a jar and saved it in some basement in Russia, where they are now, the brother and sister.
Yeah.
The whole reason she convinced her to kill herself was so that in the future they would have that jar. They need the empty jar.
Wait, who's
They need a jar.
Right?
Oh my god.
So no matter how fucked up you think Gretel is, she's so much
She's
more
worse.
fucked up than that.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole time I was reading through the first one now, I was like, oh my god, that's so fucked up. I knew it was coming.
Dude, she's crazy.
Well,
And
it's
that
not good.
actually leads into a thing. I kept thinking of them as like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Gretel and her brother, whose name I do not remember.
Yeah.
I kept
Totally.
thinking of them like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I was like, ooh, it's like that. And I was like, no, it's not.
If
Not
they
at all,
were
because they have these huge
full-
batteries on them, and no one's going to notice this giant battery and wires,
Apparently
At all.
not.
No, it's just normal. It's cool. They hide it
cool.
under their jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
In my mind, they're like car
Klaus.
batteries.
His name is Klaus.
Klaus,
Klaus.
there we go. All right, did you guys
Klaus.
envision any of the cast as X-Men characters? Because I was doing that for a lot of the book.
Tell us your picks. Who is who?
Yeah.
So the twins were that.
Who is Michael Fassbender? That is what's important.
No one, because none of them were attractive enough. Let's be real.
They're all kind of messed up.
Yeah, and like I just kept like envisioning random like meshes of all these X-Men characters, like comic ones and stuff, like together as the people, and I'm like, oh god, this is weird. Because I didn't feel like the author gave me enough descriptions to envision anyone or how they looked.
Right.
Did anyone else have that issue?
Except for Marsh.
Marsh and Olivia both. I had and Will, but maybe I just made up a picture of Will in my head and it worked in my head. So I don't know.
I mean, he's just a pretty Englishman. Is basically what I got. For Will.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kept being like, which actor from X-Men movies should be this guy? And I was like, no, no, that doesn't work either. And I'd keep switching them all around, and I was like, none of these work. None of these work.
One of the things I was finding I wanted more, aside from knowing what Gretel was doing, was I found the characters that had those battery packs, the Nazis, were way more interesting than the flip side, like the UK
Yeah.
people.
I kept wanting it to
absolutely.
go back. I was like, can we go back to the kids and their crazy powers and the weird dude in his nightgown?
Yeah.
Right.
Constantly in his nightgown. All right, what about those ravens, huh?
Dude, what the hell is up with those ravens?
It was like a weird third perspective.
Unnecessary.
Dude. Somebody should have told him to kill his babies. Like
Yes.
that was clearly he really liked the ravens thing.
Yes.
Despite what everybody was telling him. Everyone's like, no, dude, Ian, kill the
Utterly
ravens.
unnecessary
Yeah.
plot asides for no other reason than being literary, but not in a good way.
No.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Um,
Maybe the very first ones, but as an opener, I would forgive, but no.
I just felt like this isn't Game of Thrones with the it's crows, right?
Yeah.
And
I
I was
know,
just like,
like-
okay.
I know lots of other authors who do that sort of weird interlude things, like Anne Rice. She'd have like some really
Oh
dark,
god, yeah.
like at the beginning of every chapter, every quarter of the book, and you'd kind of like read it or whatever, and you're like, okay, but
I think it did not add to the plot. It just dragged it down.
No.
No.
And it was a slow start anyway. It should not have been dragged down.
Yeah. Do you guys like World War II books, really? I know Mel and I are kind of in that camp of like, we don't really do history books or...
yeah.
past stuff.
We're so in the present.
Yeah. Fuck history. Who needs it?
I don't normally read it, but I liked the premise. So
Yeah.
that's why I picked it. And it didn't bug me that it was set there. I thought it was a good
No,
setting.
I agree. I thought it was good. I don't think it would have worked anywhere else.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Sorry if you guys are hearing dogs playing. They're right above me. Who wrote Magic, Science Magic?
That was Amelia and I.
Okay. So I guess what's better, magic or science magic? What do you want? Do you want the battery pack or do you want to be a wizard?
Look, I
Battery
don't want to cut
warlock.
my fingers off.
Right?
Yeah!
Yeah.
That whole magic, like, voodoo thing was just not good. They're, like, sacrificing babies and all this stuff, like, blowing people up for that. Like, that seemed like asking quite a bit. I feel
Yeah,
bad
I
for
read
the
at
character.
night a lot, and I was just like curled up in bed, like writhing around, like every time they had to like cut a limb off. Like I was reading that part
Or,
in bed,
like-
I'm just like
Or like with the kids. Like the kids just like standing there chanting.
Yeah, the creepy kids
Yeah.
peeking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
Ooh, that was freaky, but awesome. And then when he went at the end, like I do want to read the next one because the end was like, holy crap. They started the whole program with the nursery and everything. Like,
Yeah.
I need to know what happens. I
I
wasn't
feel
ready to
really
go right
bad.
back in, but
I have a lot of sympathy for that character who was that magic guy. Not
Will.
It's not Marsh. Will.
Will.
And,
Saddest
like,
story.
Saddest story. Especially
Right.
how, like, he gets kind of
No,
coerced
saddest
into it.
story.
And then his buddy in the end, like, throws him out of his house sort of deal. So.
Right?
yeah, I was just like, you poor fucking man.
Yeah.
Like,
Awful.
how much worse could it
Absolutely
have turned
awful.
out for you?
Mm-hmm.
It was written well. I liked that when he went down and discovered that all concepts of sobriety went out the window. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm
He's like,
done.
And
Yeah,
I'm out.
but
I don't
it
feel
was
like
just
any
bad.
sane person could stay sober through what he had to do.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no.
All right, so we all liked Gretel. And anything in particular about Gretel that you just like absolutely loved?
I love
I guess.
her, not her intro, but when she kills that guy by just hiding underneath the bench.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That was my
Random.
favorite Gretel. Right? She's just like, and I'm gonna just hang out under here with this stuff. And then he's gonna die and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that was good. I liked just like her, like, oh, I'm collecting dried flowers, and this dude comes to visit, and he's like, tell your wife whatever, and I'm like, that is the creepy. Like,
What?
here, honey,
Right? Tell your
your
wife it's
little
not her
girl
fault.
gave me flowers for you.
Set up the whole thing. She said,
I honestly,
that's freaky.
like, she's interesting in that I have no idea what her motivation is. Like, I don't know what she wants the outcome of anything to be. It's really weird. So, that's
kinda
really
love it.
engaging. Yeah.
I love
That-
that she seems horrifically evil, but we honestly don't know.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
I love that.
Like,
That
I
kind
don't
of
even
excites me
know
about it.
if she's, like, has any self-preservation, or if she has any interest in, like, defending her brother, or, like, what her connection is with Marsh. It's just super weird. So.
Yeah, I mean, in that first scene when you first meet her and she basically kills that other little boy, it seems like she does care about what happens to her brother, though she
Yeah.
is ultimately interested in what happens to herself.
Is she just greatly self-interested? Is she engineering the entire future of the world just so that she works out okay, her and her brother?
It's a good
Maybe.
question.
Whoa.
Right?
I hope that's what happens. That would be
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Right? Like, and she killed that
Probably.
little baby just to fuck up Marsh.
Right?
Yeah,
she had
like,
the
what
whole
was it
town
about,
obliterated. Like,
Yeah.
she's not good. She's definitely not good.
I don't know.
No.
She's
But maybe
so
it's for the
deeply
greater
creepy.
good. You don't know, though, right? It could, in the end, it could be for some sort of weird greater good.
Well, but
That's
what
what I
happened
feel
was
like.
now they're going to have another baby that's like the Antichrist or something.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So she set that all up too, really.
Right?
Yeah.
The soulless baby. Ooh.
Yeah. Mm,
Ooh.
the best thing ever.
She is one of my favorite like characters in the book. Like she's so inscrutably creepy. I love it.
Yeah, it is. It was.
I also like that character who when she committed suicide. Like I didn't like when that happened, but I was like, oh, this is gonna be another interesting character, and then unfortunately she died. And
Well, Gretel needed a jar. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, oh, go ahead. Sorry, Mel.
no, I was just gonna say it's weird how detached she is. Like her
Yeah.
brother liked that girl, sort of
Right.
in a weird.
Right.
Okay. So let's talk about the Germans. Weren't they? Well, I wouldn't say it was just the Germans that were. It was that whoever ran the house, whose name I don't fucking remember at this point.
The doctor,
doctor.
the devious doctor.
The doctor. He was the weirdest fucking character. Like, you think Gretel's weird, but no, he's actually even weirder. Because he wears a nightgown all the time, and I was just like, this
And he
is
puts
strange.
children's in, like, coffin things.
Yeah,
Designed for them.
No, that's so they get magic powers, like X-Men,
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
okay.
normal. That's
Yeah.
totally cool.
It's totally
It wasn't
normal.
like
and cool.
X-Men. He's not like Charles Xavier with his awesome school.
No, he's like the evil X-Men.
Yeah, you don't want to go to this guy's school. Hmm.
Yeah.
Don't be a war.
He's kind of like if
It was.
Magneto was worse.
It's kind of weird how some of the of all the male character X-Men, they were really loyal to that doctor guy, despite everything that he put them through.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
thought that was weird.
And then Gretel displayed no such loyalty. So in that sense, I was like, yeah, women power. But I mean, she's totally batshit crazy. So I mean, that's not really a great example. But I thought it was really interesting how none of them had any thoughts of like betraying him or trying to get revenge on him or escaping, really. So.
Well, yeah,
He's
and
practically their father, though. Like, he raised them.
Still.
Yeah, it's not right.
oh, yeah, it wasn't a healthy relationship with Klaus just getting nauseated just by thinking about the doctor being disappointed in what he was doing.
Right.
Yeah. The avid competition between Klaus and that pyro
Wolf.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wolf. And then Wolf becomes a necrophiliac because he wanted to get with Heidel, who kills herself, and well, he does, but
What kind of satisfaction is that? That's so weird. Like,
He
man,
was
I
in
really
for
want to be with
40
her.
minutes, too. Like, that's a lot of time to spend with a corpse.
Right? How long do you really need?
Right?
like 2 minutes. Let's be real.
Sorry, Mel.
Right? I'm glad that you thought that through, though. It's good to know. Good to know. Yeah, no, I mean, clearly all of those children are messed up beyond all recognition.
Mhm.
But I think Gretel's just by far the worst.
Do you
But I
guys
think she was like that to begin with.
Yeah.
She probably was. Well, and being able to see all possible futures probably would confuse the hell out of you as a little kid.
Mhm.
Probably lead to some messed up brain.
So you guys don't think the science magic stuff turned Gretel evil? She's just always been evil.
It agreed with her way too much.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
But I kind of wonder, like, what was Rolf Wolf, whatever his name is, like before being able to turn into a big ball of flame?
I
Yeah,
think it
like, what
turned
about
him
the
evil.
other- Yeah.
I mean, they were just little kids at some point in an orphanage.
I think it played a part in their, like, evilness. But at the same time, like, I feel like during World War II, if you were in Germany or in that region, in a lot of ways, maybe you just kind of sided there because there was nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, like in The Book Thief, you could tell that, like, you know, the girl's family, like, sided. They weren't for it, but, you know, they showed their support because if you didn't, you were in trouble. So
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if for them and at the same time, some of them, it was the same thing.
Culture's not exactly forgiving of differences of opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so more fun. Who's the guy who shot Marsh in the knee?
Yeah, what's up with
Imaginary.
that guy?
I think it's Will from the future.
So do I. I totally
Oh,
think
yeah.
it will.
I
That's
immediately
good.
thought it was Will.
The first
like-
time even. Like, the first time he appeared and Will saw him, I was like, oh, I bet that's old Will.
Wait,
All
you mean
fucked
Marsh
up.
saw him?
No, the first time
Oh.
he
It
appeared,
was Will.
Oh,
Yeah.
Will
Will
saw
saw
him in an
him.
alley.
Yeah, I think it's old Will, like, come back to help because he has magic and is a warlock, and he probably just, like, I don't know, chopped his foot off to get the power.
God, that's like the worst powers ever.
Right?
Here, all the magic in the world. Just have to make blood sacrifices. Have fun.
At one point, Gretel looks at him and says, "It worked." So she has something to do with it, for one
Yeah.
thing.
Hmm.
And also, I wonder if. Okay, so he basically fixes Marcia's knee, right? And I have to wonder, like, maybe the first time they went in and did that big raid, if something even worse happened because Marcia's knee was bad.
That's an interesting theory.
If it's like a timey-wimey thing.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, I have to read the rest of these. I have to know.
I know. I want you to read them and then tell me everything.
I will. I'll do that. I will fall upon that sword for you guys.
As long as there are no more ravens, I'm down with reading the rest of them.
Yeah, I would read
No
them
problem.
as long as you can guarantee me that they're better, like that they improve.
I can't do that. I cannot do that. All I can tell you is the first few chapters of the next one are super confusing if you don't know what's happening.
Well, all right. So, what are our predictions for the rest of the series?
Gretel
I know
becomes
there's a
queen of the
jar.
world.
There's a jar. She needs a jar. Yeah, she's using it to escape the Russian prison where they are.
Obviously.
And someone at the beginning of the second one is going around killing warlocks. I think it might be the pyro guy.
I think that Marsh and Gretel team up in the end of the last book. And take shit down.
Maybe it's really hard to say though because he would hate her by then, you know.
Well, and he knows. He figured it out that she at
he
least
knows she did
would have
it.
known about that. Yeah.
I know, but
Bomb
I
the shit out of
feel
this
like
town.
that has to be what happens is like they team up and somehow like they get along for temporary times and then they kill each other in a glorious battle to the death.
They do have some sort
I
of
don't
weird
know.
connection. I don't know what it is though.
Well, and he got named by the Eidolons. But
Yeah, that's
we don't
gotta
know
be
what
Yeah.
that's about either.
And she has some sort of awareness about those things too, it seems like, right? That wasn't just me picking up on something.
Yeah, no, she did.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they meet together in that Eidolon weird zone.
Or maybe it's
Weird.
his kid, his soulless baby.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. The baby gets born, right? So maybe the Eidolons recognize something about him being the dad.
Yeah.
Soulless baby creeper.
So do you think World War II ends with the Germans going down or the Marsh and his group winning in this series? That was my thought. I was like, do you think it's a twist on the end or do you think it's how it ends? You know, not how it really ends, but
Like it ties into how it kind of really ends.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either.
I mean, you would
Yeah.
think the Germans with Gretel were kind of unstoppable, but then again, she wasn't really on their side.
Yeah.
No, she was on her own side. That was the problem for them.
The ultimate wild card. I don't know, but I'll read them. I'll let you guys know because I gotta know. I can't leave that.
I am
hanging.
interested to know. That was the frustrating thing when I ended it. I was like, damn it!
I know.
That really annoyed me. I would like I know it's a part of a trilogy, but that book should end
Right?
and be done.
And it
be
really
a
didn't.
unit. It
I
did
just
not
had that
read it.
happen with I read If I Stay the other night.
Mhm.
And it was good, and then it ended, and I was like, okay, and then I found out there was another book, and I was like, fuck you, fuck you so hard, like no, I wanted it to just be over, and I'm like, god damn it, now I gotta read the other book. At least it's only 2 books, but still,
So far.
I hope it only.
Is
stays
it a
2 books.
series or is it she's just 2 books and that's it?
I don't know. I hope it's 2 books and that's it. I didn't read that far into it.
I would hope they ended it like what I understand of the plot of that. You want to know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of one-shots, I picked a one-shot for next month.
Awesome.
Yes, you
Sequelitis, no.
You should
is an
tell any potential viewers what it is and what it's about.
Yes.
Maybe they'll want to join us and read along.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should. We've got the Goodreads page that we're not super active on, but we can be more active on.
It's got a great
And
picture.
you could possibly, it does, and you could join us in the hangout if you really want to. You just gotta let us know.
Absolutely.
We are going to read Attachments by Rainbow Rowell, and this is like her first book that ever came out, I think. So the description goes, "Hi, I'm the guy who reads your email, and also I love you." That's the opening line of the description. And Beth Fremont and Jennifer Scriber Snyder know that somebody is monitoring their work email. but they can't quite bring themselves to take it seriously. They go on sending each other endless and endlessly hilarious emails discussing every aspect of their personal lives. Meanwhile, Lincoln O'Neill can't believe his job is now reading other people's emails when he applied to be Internet Security Officer. He pictured himself building firewalls and crushing hackers, not writing up a report every time a sports reporter forwards a dirty joke. When Lincoln comes across Beth and Jennifer's messages, he knows he should turn them in, but he can't help being entertained and captivated by their stories.
That would be the best worst job ever.
Right?
I know. And then it ends with, by the time Lincoln realizes he's falling for Beth, it's way too late to introduce himself. What would he say?
Whoa.
So it sounds really adorable. Her other books are really cute, like fun love stories with good and bad endings, depending on the book. Fangirl has a really good ending. Eleanor and Park had a good-ish ending.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good ending. It just makes you mad because you're like, I want to know what really happened, like what the end game is, I guess. But you kind of just get a preview of it.
I like the idea of like incorporating like current technology, like you know, web-based communication.
Yeah. Well, I like the concept because, like, I follow a lot of people on Twitter, and you really feel like you know them, but you don't really. You know, just what they're showing you. But at the same time, I like that idea. I like that concept.
Yeah, I just thought it sounded really fun. And it's on sale on Kindle right now. So
Sweet.
we should.
It sounds a lot more cheerful.
Yes, and I also thought we needed some cheer
Seriously.
and maybe a little bit of weird relationship stuff to talk about as discussion.
And maybe sex that isn't with a dead body.
Yeah, I don't know if
That's
there'll be
always
sex in
good.
this or not, but
It sounds like there
be.
might be some virtual sex.
that would be
Yeah.
great. I hope there's some cybering.
Slash.
Nice. I'm looking
ASL.
forward to it. Oh my god. How early 2000s of you.
And we're old.
But yeah, that's next month. So that'll be in late September, early October, I guess we'll meet. I don't know. We'll figure that out after we end this call.
Yeah.
And Amelia figures out how to turn it off.
I can do
Oh,
it.
God.
I can do it. I see the button.
Shall we say bye and then we can discuss after?
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
Bye.
Good night. Thanks for watching. Okay.